Oh, yeah. Here he is.
Jump on.
Here we go. Yep.
Percy Pigs. Percy Pigs.
Another week, another episode of Giig at a Rest.
Exactly that.
What do you think?
Loved it. There is a Ruth Forster came
Correct.
on. She was fantastic from start to finish. There is a Percy Pig themed section or segment of this podcast. She does a lot with Percy.
Yeah, it was fascinating. What a great...
I wasn't expecting it, actually.
Yeah, no, I thought it was going to be like, oh, yeah, nice present. Yeah, really interesting what she's doing with helping schools, kids.
We had a special guest.
Yes, Otto.
Otto the dog.
The Rottweiler.
As big as me. Almost,
Which you'll see straight away.
almost as heavy as me.
Yeah.
But also, just I think personally, a really inspiring story of someone who has been running a business successfully for 15 years, which takes a lot more than people like to give it credit for. So there's a lot of stuff in there from her early days, a lot of stuff in there from how she struggled through COVID, like a lot of people did, and also a little bit on her love for Lando Norris as well. She was very jealous of my orange
I know.
Mike.
Big fan. Yeah. Everything. Team Network. That gets mentioned a few
Team
times.
always gets shouted, don't they, with us?
Yeah. What was a good one. Also,
Oh, no.
God, I've not had a Percy Pig in ages. They're fantastic.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they? Do you want one more?
Go for it.
One more for the road. Enjoy it.
Enjoy.
Your boss at recruitment and you're going alone. You've got your LinkedIn account and your mobile phone. You've got the candidates playing hard to get. Will they'll call you next week or a no, not yet. So much time of going to and fro. You got another offer or salary's too low. Hours or searching and hours of stress. Come on candidates, just gig it a rest. Come on candidates, just gig it a rest.
Where are you going to sit, pal?
I think he will just, if we ignore him,
He's
he will go and sit down. Otto.
do we need to make space for him?
No.
Does he?
Sit.
How? It's I don't think. I don't think we're going to get anything done. How long have you had him?
From a puppy.
Really?
So, yeah, 15 weeks.
Okay.
So he's now 3. So 3 years of trouble.
Yeah.
Have you always had dogs growing up?
No. So I always wanted a dog.
Yeah.
Didn't have one as a child, and then literally just started the business and decided to rescue a dog at the same time. So I was working from home.
Yeah.
Settled. So he'll just stay like that now.
He's very good looking.
I've picked my coffee up, which is a risk. I was
Yeah,
just thinking,
no,
if he comes back.
If you encourage him,
He stood up earlier. He was almost as tall as Lou.
yeah, he will be as tall as you. He's 9 stone, so he's quite, and he still sits on your lap. So yeah.
If we were boxing, he would be my he'd be my height and weight category.
Yeah, exactly. And went to a rescue centre. Never thought about having a Rottweiler. And thought the same as everybody else. Oh my goodness, they're big, they're scary.
Yeah.
And then, our first dog was there, so she was 5 months old, Lexi.
So the first one was a Rottweiler as well.
Yeah. So
okay, rescue.
yes, yeah. And my husband's always had dogs. So Belgian Shepherds. Always had dogs, and he went up to Lexi and she was eating her food and he was able to pat her and he said, okay, that's a good thing. She hasn't snarled at him or anything. And we took her for a little walk and she picked up an apple core and he was able to take the apple core out of her mouth.
Oh, wow.
Otto, they don't need a bath. So that was it. So we had Lexi for 11 years and then she passed away and we wanted to rescue another one. But in the pandemic, the Rottweilers that ended up in the rescue centre hadn't been trained and hadn't been socialised.
Right. Okay.
And you can see how big the boy. I wanted a boy. And you can see how big the boys do get.
Why did you want a boy?
Just because after having Lexi, I felt, well, let's have a different one.
Yeah.
So I wanted a boy, and just thought I'm not confident enough if they've got some behavioural issues. So we went for a puppy, which is a whole heap of different challenges.
I bet.
But you're very cute, aren't you? And you're very lovely, but you're just very big.
Yeah. How long does it take to get him to, like, from puppy to being like acceptable around the house? Something.
Or are we talking
like
poo? Are we having a poo conversation?
Yeah. Well, not necessarily poo. Where you were just like until the point. Like, can you leave them, or do you have to be by their sides?
Oh, as puppies, no, you definitely leave them.
Oh, right, okay, you can.
Because otherwise they get, you'll get to the point where they will have separation anxiety.
Right.
So he can be left, not a problem.
Right, okay.
So he will be Otto. If you let him do that, he'll do that all day. He can be left, not a problem.
Right, okay.
So if you don't leave them, they will then grow up to get some separation anxiety. Right. So the best thing to do is to
leave them.
Is to build it up.
Yeah.
Half an hour. But he can be 4. Don't tell my husband 5 hours times. Craig hates leaving him.
Because my auntie's got 2 dogs, and she was like, she's always gets anxious about leaving them. Like, do you know what I mean? They don't get left. Yeah. They hardly get left. I sometimes, they're very different. They're a dachshund and I don't know what the other one is, but they rescued him from Spain. They don't know what breed he is. He's a bit of a mixed bag, but he's tiny as well. And they don't get left for like a long period of time at all. So I dog sit them, but they're easy to deal with, right? Because does he have a routine?
A little bit of a routine. However, he's good that he doesn't need. So it doesn't matter when you walk him. You could walk him at 7 o'clock in the morning or 11 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
He won't ask for that.
Right, fine.
He won't ask for food in the morning either. The only thing that you'll know is at 5 o'clock he'll be ready for his evening meal. That's the only bit. But again, I'm happy with that because it gives us the flexibility to be able to do whatever. Nice. We're not constrained.
Yeah. And how many of you are in the office here?
5.
And does everyone? I'm assuming everyone's on board with Otto.
Yeah.
Do you find people struggle to?
I'm sure they don't. There's elements which they don't love about having him. I mean, the whole having a bath when you walk in the morning, and Stuart is definitely the one that gets more the attention. So I am.
Here earlier?
No. That's just somebody within the building. I'm conscious that it's a reasonably small office. So if everybody's in, it's a bit tight. Yeah. So he won't come in every day, or he'll just come in for the morning. And I only live 3 miles away. So.
Do you? Have you always been in this area?
No, I'm Nottingham, born and bred. Nottingham girl.
That's not far though, is it?
40 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
40 minutes north.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've been down here 15 years.
Nice. Because you've been running your business for a similar
15 years.
Period of time as well. Yeah. I was going to say, I was doing a quick snoop before it came up, and I always think that, like, hats off to you for running a business for 15 years. Like, it's incredible.
Thank you.
We'll get into it, but like, with the experience that we've been through in the last, how many years have we been together? 4.
4 years for me. Yeah.
4 years for me, and this is like 8 years for me.
Yeah.
I just I've got so much respect for people that make it work, especially in recruitment, because it's not easy to do.
No.
But the other thing I noticed is F1 as well.
And you've got the right. I should have that mic.
I should have given you the mic. Oh, yeah, you missed a trick there.
Papaya.
Are you happy with the result of the weekend?
I'm not afraid to say I'm surprised.
Okay.
But pleasantly surprised.
Nice.
Ecstatic.
Yeah.
I mean, God, where did that come from? Have no idea.
Yeah.
The lead was phenomenal. We're back in the game.
Yeah. Have you followed it for a long time then?
Yeah. Well, my dad's into Formula 1.
Okay.
Right.
So dad's into Formula 1, dad's into cars, bikes. So I am a petrol head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's always been cars, bikes, Formula 1.
Dogs.
Used to be, and dogs. My godfather was a police dog handler, so that's probably where that comes from as well.
Nice.
But yes, always been Formula 1.
Have you?
Yeah.
So
my early, yes, I have. Hello. Feel like you're a bit missing out, are we now? Yes, I have. But what I will, are you into Formula One?
I'd say you more than me.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, okay.
Our co-founder is a big
Massive
F1 fan. Yeah,
Okay.
Norris and
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
So
big.
my so the best piece for me from a price point of going to a Formula One. So
Yeah.
we did Silverstone 2 years ago. It rained. I
Uh-huh.
was miserable. We did
Okay.
Istanbul. It was good, but you're not close enough. So that was
Right.
probably 15 years ago. Best way to get close to Formula One, testing.
Testing.
Go to testing.
Really?
So we did Barcelona when they did the testing at Barcelona, which was phenomenal. We were above the pits, the garages of Ferrari, so we were watching them practice their pit stops. So that was phenomenal. And then 2 years ago, we went to Bahrain.
Did ya?
And
Wow.
went and
Is that
hung
the
out
last
with.
one of the season?
No, it's before the season starts. So testing
for the
is the
testing.
weekend
Okay.
before, and then they do.
Did they do a race in Bahrain though as well?
Yes. So they did the testing,
Okay,
and
so
then
this- right, okay,
the
I'm
following
with you.
weekend they did the whole race,
Right.
or 2 weekends afterwards. You get so close.
Do you? Yeah, because I bet
So
I imagine getting to it like real close. It's probably I would have thought expensive though if you want to get.
it's very expensive if you don't click. And I think that's the one thing that I understand why they've had to evolve it. And I understand, Netflix has done a brilliant job on Drive to Survive. And there is the younger generation coming through. And I think now the stat is, I think it's 47% of fan base is now female.
Is it really?
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
That's cool.
just below 50%. So what they've all done is brilliant.
Right.
But then to not sound too old, if you went to a racing track in the 80s and 90s, you'd have been so much up close and
Right. Okay.
personal.
Yeah.
And you were a lot closer to the track. And so you were, so now it's just so big. It's just different.
Yeah.
So,
Fine.
to get as close as you want to get, and it doesn't feel like proper racing. And I am now sounding like
Yeah.
What is proper
Fuck.
racing though to you then? Like, what were the difference?
I think that's unfair, proper racing. I think it's just the closer and the connection.
Okay.
So you're just closer
Yeah.
to the action and to the people and the stories. So we've this year we've started sponsoring a young karting.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Do you guys
That's
know
cool.
Steve Guest?
I
He's
don't.
in recruitment.
Oh, I do. He's got a black and white photo on LinkedIn. I think.
Yeah,
That's
so
much
he's
Oh,
better.
I do know who
So
he
he's got a
has.
construction
Has the little
company.
truck. Is it? No.
No,
No.
I don't.
So
think
he's not far from here, from where we are, and he's got a construction recruitment business.
Okay.
Written some great books as well in recruitment. Well, his son Ethan is karting.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm thinking of the right person.
So we've sponsored Ethan this year.
I've seen him post about that.
Yeah.
You guys are sponsoring it.
So
If
we're
it loads, that's what it is.
so again, that's a case of
Oh no, it wasn't who I'm thinking of. But I
Yeah.
know someone else in the industry whose son races.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Mm.
Oh, interesting. That's
He's
wicked.
got,
yeah.
You say he's got a book, isn't he? Oh, there you go.
he's got
That's
3
him-
books.
that's him
He's
racing.
written 3. He's definitely written 3 books. If this goes out, Steve, I'm sure you'll be able to comment and tell me which ones. If it's 3, I'm sure it's 3.
Yeah, so Ethan, there's lots. He's put loads of posts on it.
Yeah. So he's obviously managing Ethan as well.
Uh-huh.
Trying to get him into Formula One, which is a big ask.
Yeah.
But
How old is he at the moment?
13.
13. Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So yes, love my Formula One.
Yeah.
Love
How do you
cars.
know those guys then? Is there a personal
So,
connection?
Steve was a member of team. I met him at team, and then I just know him around. And,
Okay.
And he'd say he doesn't live that far away from here anyway.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah.
Team's been it was obviously something I was going to talk about, but since you brought it up, it's been, I imagine, a big part for you, is it?
Massive.
Has it? How many years
Massive.
have you been with Team?
I think 13.
Right.
I think 30. I think 13. So I've had the business 15 years.
Yeah.
So it's either 13 or 14. And I remember I was in my first office. And it was, it's the first office you can. So it started off in a bedroom in the house.
Nice. What year would that been, roughly?
2010.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then did that. Then moved into my first office in 2011.
Okay. So in your first year, you did pretty well to...
Yeah, but it was only office for me. That sounds grand.
Yeah.
No, let's put
Central
this into,
London, Oxford Street.
Yeah. Let's put this into. There was no windows.
Right, okay.
It was the smallest office in the business hub that I went into, and just thought and at that point, yes, I knew I needed to have some help. So it was admin help at that point. And then again, you're talking to people that are in the same building as you, just chatting, and there was a couple of other guys that had got recruitment businesses, and one of them said to me, have you heard about Team? I said, no, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. He said, first thing was get a really good job board discount. And that was in the years where if you were already in contract with Total Jobs and CV, it didn't matter. You could just move over to Candidate Source where you can't do that anymore. So he said, but it's a really supportive network. Told me about it. And then I said, so let me just get this straight. You want me to go and sit in a room, sit next to my competitor and talk about business challenges? And he went, yeah. Okay. So for all of us that have all been brought up in recruitment in a highly competitive environment, this was alien. But I went over to my first meeting, oval table. Philippa Hart was the regional director for the Midlands, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. And I headed up the engineering and manufacturing division for the past 11 years.
What was your background before? Were you recruitment before you started your business? How many years before?
What did I start? I started in 2010, so I'm trying to work out the maths here. Nearly 15 years.
15 years before you then set up on your own.
Yeah.
What led you to go for it?
Couldn't see eye to eye with the person that I was working with in the previous organisation, and we'd worked together for 14 years, pretty much, in two different organisations. So my background was staff line recruitment for their technical divisions in Tech Search. Started with them as an administrator, moved into being a recruiter. Then when they sold in 2000, most of the managers and area managers, we all left, set up on their own.
Were they
so
quite a big firm?
Yes, they started in 86, sold in 2000. 14 branches, 3 technical branches. The rest of them were all supporting into operations and warehouse. I think they were the first people that created having their own minibuses, and they'd go and pick people up and take them to work.
Would they?
I think, we used to do that.
I never knew that. I've never heard of that.
Oh no! So we had staff line minibuses, and so because a lot of
like the school run,
literally, I think they did actually get them to come into the office and pick them up at like 5:30 in the morning. But some of them, if you needed a temp to go to work, they would go and pick them up and then drive them to the site.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll start doing that with you and James.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? You'd like that. Set up by three individuals, really, really good guys.
Nice. What would you say? Like, so you've been doing it for 15 years? Did you say now? Best part of running your own business?
Oh yes.
What would you say was the hardest part? Like out of the 15, if you break it into the 3 5s, like first 5, middle 5.
Oh, okay. That's it. And that is a really good way to do it. So first 5, probably getting the balance of. So I had no intention of having a recruitment business.
Okay.
So when I set Wagstaff up, it was because I couldn't agree with my old boss, a way forward, and I loved recruitment. I knew what I wanted to do, so I just want to be a recruiter. I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then I had too much business.
That's amazing.
So then it's a case of I need some support. Yep. What do we do and how do we evolve it? So I never went into with this business plan of what this would look like. I just wanted to do a job that I still loved. So as the business then evolved, that first 5 years are, learning how much I can do, how much I need to give away, and then learning how to be a leader.
Okay. How many years were you on your own? before you had to start?
Employing people. I
Yeah.
started in October. I took my first person on in March.
Wow.
Right, yeah, okay.
So not long at
Quick.
all.
But and so the difference was I'd ran a branch for Staffline.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest differences is, for me personally, is running a team for somebody else is very different to running a team for you.
In what way?
I was too emotional running a team for me.
Okay.
I had more clarity and more clinical decision making when I ran a business, ran a branch for somebody else.
Interesting.
Because the structure and the strategy is already set by people above you.
Okay. The direction, the model is there.
So if somebody isn't performing, well, they're not performing, and that is very black and white. They're not performing, and somebody else is saying to you, you need to do something about this.
Yeah.
Whereas if something is then not going quite right within your business, my default is, what have I done wrong?
Okay. Yeah.
What have I not considered? Why? What decisions did I make in the beginning that is impacting this person not achieving?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're thinking, so emotion.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's a balance of still being a human being and looking after people and doing right by people, but commercially making sure you're on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Decisions,
And it's really tough. Like I've made mistakes. I shouldn't probably air my dirty laundry on here, but I will. The mistake I made a couple of years ago with the recruiter that did us for $9,000. So I like you, I get caught up emotionally, and especially at the start. And there was a recruiter we'd worked with. Like, our model used to be very different, and we used to feed jobs to recruiters, whereas now we build the CRM for recruiters. So we had like a marketplace where we had jobs, a little bit like Team Exchange.
Yeah. We
ultimately had a Team Exchange. That's what we did. And there was a recruiter we'd worked with for how long? 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Really good to us. A silly decision from me in hindsight, but he was like, Christmas was coming up, one of our clients hadn't paid, and he was like, can we engage a factoring company? And he came to me and said, like, you know, I need the money for Christmas for my kids, and if we do it by the factoring company, they'll chase me for the fees. And I looked it all through, and I kind of skimmed it and trusted him a little bit. Long story short, I signed the paperwork because I was like, I want to help you out. And he was like, cheers, mate. He got the $9,000. The client never paid, and I was then liable for the $9,000. So we ended up forking out, didn't we? And we never got that $9,000 back. And he never picked up the phone or replied to me or anything. Never heard from him since. And that was a lesson for me of like what you were saying there. Emotionally, I wanted to try and support him. Yeah. But I made the wrong decision for the business. Yeah. And at the time, $9,000 we could have done without losing $9,000.
Yeah. Nobody can.
I was going to say $9,000's a big. Yeah. No one wants to be losing $9,000.
No, exactly.
And that was a lesson for me where I said, actually, in the future, I can easily get emotionally attached to people, and I want to see the best in people, and I want to do right by people. But I have to learn to make the right decision for the business.
And it's a balance, because we have to remember we're in a human business.
Yeah.
We're in a people business.
Of course.
And we want people to excel.
Yeah.
Our default position, I'm sure yours is that you want people to excel, be happy in what they're doing, and to have a great business.
Yeah.
Because we're in people, and people's circumstances also change.
Yes.
You know, when you meet people, I'm sure you two will be the same. I'm sure you're not the same people you were 10 years ago. I'm certainly not.
God, not.
So we all evolve, don't we?
Yeah.
And our priorities change. And I think that's the thing. It's interesting with recruitment, isn't it? It's because you can see it as part of it. It is a sales job. But it's a sales job where the product can say no.
Of course, yeah.
That's the hardest thing about it.
I'm not. They make the decision. So there's a lot of human element, and I think it's worth us always remembering that, especially in a world of AI.
Yes.
You know, there is certain things that I just don't think you navigate round from an AI point of view when we're dealing with human beings.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it will also become, in this AI world, I think the human element will actually become the differentiator.
It will.
Like we
100%.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how you go about business development or what you do, but like we speak to recruiters all the time, and everyone will go, I want to sit behind an email campaign and let AI like make a load of emails. But rarely do you speak to someone that's killing it off the back of doing that. Like the people that are doing all the human stuff are the ones that are at the moment doing kind of really well.
Yeah. I would say that this current market is playing to my personal strengths because I'm not a very good salesperson.
Interesting. Why
people will say you're not? They're like, Ruth, you are. I was like, you're not in the traditional way of the whole thing of. I was always horrendous at cold calling.
Was you? So you don't do it now?
Don't like the rejection. I realised Jeremy Snell said this to me. I think he said it to me and Stuart, and he said it's not that you can't do sales.
Yes.
It says that you don't like the rejection.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. So you need to get over that barrier.
Yeah. Have you managed to?
Better.
Okay. How? How have you?
I think so. If we go back to early days of being a recruiter and being targeted to do so many calls a day and all that sort of stuff, and just get on the phone, that I didn't like that because I didn't have enough information. I didn't have enough purpose.
Okay. So
just phoning up and seeing if they've got any jobs and what it felt quite shallow for me. There wasn't any depth to it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Whereas for me, I'm better because I genuinely love the industry I work in. If I know what's happening with the business, I'm actually genuinely curious.
Okay.
So if I see something that somebody is doing, and I'll reach out because I'm genuinely interested in what they're doing.
Okay.
So I've got a purpose for that.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is, and I now understand that everybody's inboxes get full, everybody's LinkedIn DMs get full.
Yeah.
And just because somebody doesn't reply to you on that one time, it doesn't mean that they're rejecting you. It just means that their timing, your timing and their timing, and it's worth another approach, but not in a campaign mode.
Yes. Okay.
So I like what's out there from a campaign point of view, from a structure, but not from you can see them a mile off.
You can.
Yeah.
I don't like this. So we do use tech and automation, but we're only going to use that bit, and the results aren't going to be as high because, well, you can decide whether they're not going to be as high because you've not done it properly or because actually they're not effective.
Yeah.
But I do very much say, and this actually comes back to another. So that was my learning. We talked about my learning in the first 5 years. Yeah. One of my learnings in the pandemic was, and I saw this from a Navy SEAL podcast that I'd listened to, and he was talking about, even in the toughest of times, how do the SEALs just carry on powering through no matter what? And he said, hold tight, stay true. And that was pinned on my board in front of my computer the whole way through the pandemic.
Nice.
Hold tight, stay true. Just stay true to who you are.
Yeah, nice.
Don't go chasing everything else that everybody else is doing. If it doesn't feel right, I know how I'm a good recruiter, and I know what works for me. I know the core of what works for Wagstaff. Yes, we will modify and we will develop and we will innovate, but the core of who we are will never ever change. Hold tight, stay true.
I love that. Who was it? Do you know who it was that said that?
Yes, and I can't pronounce his name. I think it was. It begins with a J.
Jocko Willink.
Thank you. There you go.
Nice.
I was going to guess it was Jocko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
He has some really good stuff. Like, there's another one that he talks about of it when you're in a sticky situation where you don't know where to go. He's just like, he says, just start walking. He was like, you don't know if it's going to be the right direction, but if you stand, you're just going to, you're never going to get out.
Yes.
If you're in the woods and you're lost, just start walking.
Yes.
Because eventually you will figure out if it's the right way. If you stay, nothing's going to happen.
Yes.
So just start. And I always like that one from him.
And I think that comes down to business decisions. there is a time to pause and not do something, but most of the time you have to make a decision.
Yeah. And it's
and you're the one that's got to make the decision, and you're the one that's got to say, we have to move forward.
Yeah.
You know, and I've invested in tech that hasn't worked. I've made decisions that haven't worked. But if I hadn't done that, number one, I wouldn't have learnt.
Yeah, of course.
And number two, it hasn't been disastrous. We're still here 15 years later.
Sure.
And that's another thing, you know, learn to fail.
Oh, absolutely. Like, because you can't plan for every eventuality. That's what we've learned. Like in the early days of building product, I was hung up on like, it has to be absolutely perfect. And then it's like, okay, well, perfect doesn't exist is one point. But then you launch something and you just haven't seen, you can't think every scenario through. So until you make a decision, you don't know what the fallout's going to be.
No. And everything evolves.
Yeah.
And we're in a really fast-paced world, aren't we? So today, what's here today is going to be very different in 6 months' time. And I think that's the one thing, is the decision we make today will evolve, it will look different, but we have to make a decision.
Yeah.
And done is better than perfect.
For sure.
You know, I work with engineers and they're always looking for perfect, but there has to come a point where done has to be, we've got to move forward, otherwise you're going to stagnate, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Do you find that getting them into roles then, that they're difficult to move into a job because they're looking for that?
No, because once they've made the decision they're going to move, they've thought it all through.
Right,
so in our market, it's actually engaging with them and start having that conversation. That's the hardest thing. I think that's the hardest thing with the market.
Yeah.
At the moment, is people are really nervous about moving. Better the devil you know at the moment.
Yeah.
So actually to try and have conversations with people to say there is this role. So the marketing element is a massive thing. Yeah.
With the decisions thing, sorry, one of the questions I was going to ask you is are you solely responsible for the decision making, or do you have? Okay, so you're sitting at the top and you don't have anyone that can.
I've got a great team. So my team, so we're a team of 5.
Yeah. We've
been up to as many as I think we're a team of 11 in the pandemic.
So you had to shrink back.
Yeah, the pandemic really changed the business.
Okay.
But the team of 5 that of us that work together is, so Stuart is an engineer.
Okay.
Never worked in recruitment before. I reached out to him, whose CV was on Total Jobs 13 years ago, and said he was looking for account management role. Didn't want a sales role, wanted account management. And I'd got all this business on.
Right.
And my plan had always been that when I'd got into my head, I was going to have some sort of business. I was like, I want an engineer. I know recruitment, but I don't know engineering. I want an engineer. So I reached out to him and said, are you looking for blah, blah, blah? Had a conversation. I said, have you ever thought about going into recruitment? And he went, no. Why would I think about going into recruitment? Great question. I said, well, let me ask you a question. Have you used a recruitment agency? He said, yes. I said, how was that experience for you? Yeah, not great. I said, great. You know now what not to do.
Yeah.
Now, so Stuart's interview process took a long time.
Really?
And he knows that. He had so many questions for me.
Right.
So many questions, because he's an engineer. And he kept coming back. But I just let him. Oh, this is the thing. You guys start laughing. He thinks he needs to be involved.
You find it funny too?
Yeah. So Stuart and I have worked together for 13 years.
Yeah. So he was there from the early days then. He must have been one of the first.
Yeah.
The first hires.
Absolutely. And then Sarah is my finance manager, who works 2 days a week for me. She does more than 2 days a week. And she's been with me for 10 years. Again, seriously great hire, because I don't need to worry about it. She's a qualified accountant. She's worked at FD level. She wanted part-time. I'm a massive advocate for fractional and part-time people. Okay. Nice. You know, get people who are really, really know their stuff, but don't want 5 days a week.
Okay.
You're going to get some. I know I get 5 days a week work out of her.
Sure.
If I'd had somebody with less experience coming in, I'd have to pay 5 days a week.
Right.
And I still wouldn't get the level I get from Sarah.
Okay.
So Sarah's been with me 10 years. Natalie has been with me 9. So Natalie looks after all of our contract maintenance engineers. And then Jamie joined us in March.
Okay.
Nobody had recruitment experience.
Really?
Wow.
You've never hired someone with...
I have.
Okay.
I have. But they're not with the business now.
Oh, interesting. How fun is that? Yeah.
And not from anything that they're all great recruiters.
Yeah.
But wanted different things and didn't align. We weren't right for them. And I saw somebody speak in the early days. What he said really stuck with me. And he said, when somebody comes into your organisation and they're not right, it's not that they're a bad person. You know, nobody I have hired has been a bad hire. It's just that it couldn't go the distance.
Yeah.
And this was his line. They just can't be brilliant in your business, but they can be brilliant somewhere else.
Okay. Yeah.
And they are.
Yeah.
They've gone off and done everything that they need to in their world for them at the right thing.
Of course, yeah.
Of course.
But for Wagstaff, it wasn't a place for them to be brilliant.
Okay. Interesting. It's interesting that you brought people through. Do you have a specific training you do with them?
No.
So
and nobody's 360.
Right, okay.
So
you're all in your own...
Yeah. So we are... Yeah, so Stuart is delivery, account management. I head up sales, marketing, all of the front end stuff.
Okay. So you're bringing in the work.
Natalie, but the business brings it in because it's recommendation.
Is it?
Nice.
It's referral.
It's the best.
A lot of it is, one of the biggest accounts we recently secured was secured on the referral from a candidate.
Really?
They went into the HR department and said,
"These guys,
have a chat with these guys."
Wow.
So that wasn't a
how much would you say you get a month, roughly? Do you know? Like how many referrals you get?
No, not a lot.
Right, okay.
No, not even. We probably get more on the maintenance engineers. So maintenance engineers referring other maintenance engineers can work for us. We get a lot that way.
Yeah.
But no, not a lot at all. Like to be honest with you, it's probably easier to say, how many do we get a year?
Right. Okay.
So realistically, maybe 4 or 5 a year.
Okay. So every other month.
But for a business of 5 people, we don't need a lot.
Sure. Yeah.
We don't need a lot. The challenge is having just enough of the right type of business that's right for us. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, because I think a lot of people, like we've touched on it already, but going out there doing all the outbound and not getting anything back is tough. Yeah. So if you're in a position where you've got people that are coming to you, it's always the best conversations. We see it as well, I think. Like whenever someone referrals and recommendations is our 3rd highest channel, I think.
Might even be 2nd.
Yeah. We like Google and YouTube are probably up there, and then referrals is in and around.
YouTube,
But when you have a conversation with someone that's been referred to you, it's completely different. Like the barrier is so much further down straight from the off. Do you know Kate O'Neill or Katrina Raposo?
Yes,
Katrina was Katrina's part of the team. They recommended someone that I had a conversation with yesterday, and she was just like, I trust Katrina, I trust Kate.
There you go.
They've both said you. Let's have a conversation.
Exactly.
It's just like, job's done.
That's it.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do our little, I've kind of spoiled this, but we have a segment in the podcast where everybody gets a gift, and we've ordered you something. I've tried to do.
This is our biggest gift yet.
This is our biggest gift in size, and I kind of spoiled it before I got here, because I mentioned it was a gift and you didn't realise. But there is, you also have a second gift. And I think you're the first person that's got 2.
2 gifts.
Have you got it?
Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
I'm honoured.
Because I was torn between them and I couldn't decide, and Andy went, get both.
I was running and he rang me. He was like, I've got a hard decision to make. Which one do I go for? I was like, both.
Would you like to choose? Which one would you like to choose?
No, you can.
Which one do you think would be?
Maybe this little one?
Little one.
Yeah.
All right, open the little one. Do you want me to hold the mic for you while you do it? I will still kind of point it at you, so it'll pick you up. And I did a little bit of research.
I knew somebody was going to come. Sit. Good boy. Oh.
Do you know what I said in the car? I said we should have bought him something.
Seriously, that's what I thought it was.
Oh, no, unfortunately it's not.
Percy. It's Percy, Otto.
It's a little...
Thank you, guys.
And little birdie told me that you're a fan of Percy Pig, which we
do you know why?
Well, I would love to know.
Oh, okay. Right.
We'll get there. That little Percy Pig, he or she
goes in the microwave by the feel of it.
Yeah.
So to keep you warm through the winter,
rather than
the
nine-stone
nine-stone dog.
Oh.
And there you are. That you might as well keep going.
Otto.
I will.
Christmas. Liking the Halloween pumpkin.
That's our logo.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. This is Giig brand. That's Giig branded wrapping paper. That's our.
There's a lot of pink here.
I don't think this is very suitable for Otto either. Does it open? I've not looked in it, and it was a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
Really?
Yeah. When they delivered it, I was like, Sarah saw it. My missus saw it, and she was like, "What?" She was like, "I want it." I was like, "It's not for you." Put it down.
Oh my goodness. We are Percy'd. Do you want to see? Oh my goodness. How much Percy? Oh my goodness. Hey, Otto's bored. That is awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
The team are going to go bonkers.
There you go.
Thank you very much, guys.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Absolute
Not that
pleasure.
impressed, are you?
Sorry,
Thank
Otto.
you.
I'm sorry, Otto, that we didn't think about you. You're fine. You're fine, mate. In the car on the way up, I was like, I've missed the trick.
Yeah.
There.
But in fairness,
Sorry,
if you
Otto.
bought a squeaky toy, the rest of the interview
Would have been
Otto running around, lots of
Taylor
noise
Black.
on squeakies.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. I've
So
laid that.
what's the story behind it then?
Okay, so love Percy. So Percy has been going since the mid-90s.
Yeah.
So even their sweets, as a 20-year-old.
Mid-90s?
Oh gosh, yeah, Percy's over 30 years old.
I didn't realise that.
I didn't know that.
Ah, there you go, you see. So
Real
Percy.
Percy.
Yeah, there you go. You got to know Percy. So I think Percy, definitely 95, Percy definitely came into my life. 95 was a really good year for me. And Percy came, one of the reasons was Percy Pig. But yeah, so definitely from 95. So always loved them. And then they really started to up the ante a little bit in recent years. But
I was going to say, it's come on the scene for me in I'd say 5 years.
oh wow, I think they've been quite strong, coming up to 10.
Right, okay.
So
10 years strong,
I've
Percy.
always loved Percy, and I
It
do a
started
lot of
with the
work
sweets,
with
did it?
yeah. But I've always done a lot of work with schools. So when I started the business, I wanted to support schools around careers.
Okay.
Cool, nice.
Reason being is I left school at 16, was really, really lost, hadn't got a clue what I wanted to do. Luckily, ended up working for a recruitment business and have had a great career. But I just thought, if I can at least show to students what the great opportunities are out there, because it's so hard for teachers to understand how many job opportunities are out there and what the reality of everything is.
Yeah.
So for me, when I went into a recruitment agency to have an interview to try and find a job, the conversation before that had been with a colleague and who had said to me, have you been and registered with a recruitment agency? My reply was, I don't even know what a recruitment agency is. So when I set the business up, I was like, that's something that I want to do because I feel very fortunate that I've still got a career that I love. And it could have been very, very different for me.
Yeah.
So I, then working in engineering and manufacturing, wanted to promote jobs within engineering and manufacturing. And it must be 10 years ago. It may be even longer. I went in to do a workshop in an all-girls school.
Okay. Local.
Yes, it's closed down now, but it was but local. And so I would do go in with a food product and talk about all the jobs that have been involved in this food product getting to market. Now Percy wasn't that big at that point, so I thought it was a bit good. It's a bit young. Percy Pig's all then everybody was in Haribo.
Okay.
So I went in with Haribo, and the whole plan is, talk about who created it, the jobs on the creation side of things, marketing, the packaging, lawyers, all this sort of stuff. And it's a great thing to be able to talk about jobs.
Yeah.
So I walked in
everything that goes
with the
into making the
Haribo,
sweets, yeah.
and they turned around to me and went, "We don't eat Haribo because of the gelatin." Okay.
Your plan just fell down.
I was like, oh, Percy has always been vegetarian.
Yeah. Percy saved the day.
So I was like, you
Percy
have been
can't
disloyal to Percy. You need to sort your act out, young lady. And we need to get Percy back on board. You have been, you've been unfaithful. You've gone to Haribo. You've
And
now
it's
just, you don't do that. I need to go back to Percy, please. Can we? And so I go in.
A shame.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's evolved. So we do now we have the Percy Pig project. So in schools we go in, and part of the schools that I work with, we have a module which is learn about all the jobs around Percy Pig. So from the innovators, how he's evolved, all the products that you know. He Percy is and I think it's Penelope is the girl.
Okay.
I think.
Fine. Yeah.
All the products that you can get.
Yeah.
We talk about all of the jobs.
Yeah.
We talk about the subjects they might want to study at GCSE, and we bring this in from so they're 11 years old when they start talking this, and we're trying to get into primary as well, so they can start to think about the world of work,
right,
and relate it to something that they know. And obviously now Percy, everybody knows Percy. So, when we're talking about, well, engineers, so the engineers go out and they maintain the machines that are making Percy and packaging Percy. So you talk about your sciences and your maths, and then for marketing, we might talk about languages and how it's been translated into different languages. Talk about lawyers. We talk about what happened between Percy, between Colin the Caterpillar and Cuthbert,
of course,
which was Aldi. So we talk about lawyers. We talk about
Colin
all of
M&S?
this. Colin is M&S.
Right.
Yeah. So we talk about we talk
supply chain.
Yeah. So we talk about exactly.
You can go on forever. Really.
We go into retail. Yeah, we
do.
do.
You want to go on the project?
Yeah.
Can you get
We'll get you dressed up as Percy.
I'm fine with that.
So now that's what so we have the Percy Pig. So you will see me sometimes in a Percy Pig jumper, and doing anything. And so if we do anything at events, we always have Percy Pig sweets.
Nice.
It's a link for us to talk about careers.
How long?
That's wicked. God, that's come out nicely.
That treats work to give.
Nice little segment.
Yeah. So even if you think about that, who has evolved from all of that to make all of their products.
How long's the project been going?
I've done it on and off.
Right.
So I'm a agile enterprise advisor for the Careers and Enterprise Company.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know about any of that?
No.
Okay. So the Careers and Enterprise Company supports schools with their careers education support.
Okay.
There is 8 Gatsby benchmarks, which were set up about how they link with when you're teaching, how they link to careers. So it's experience of the workplace, linking careers to the curriculum. So when you're teaching maths, you're teaching maths, but then you're bringing it to life to say, what jobs would this be impactful for, and why do you need this? So there's a framework around there. So as a agile careers and enterprise advisor, so I used to be dedicated to one school. Now it's just a case of I'm there to do that. So if anybody wants me to come in and talk about the world of work in engineering and manufacturing, I can go in and we can deliver the Percy Pig project.
So how many schools have you gone into with it?
I think I've done it with about 4 locally.
Right,
and it just sits there. It's just, if anybody wants it, it's there, and then we just talk about it.
That's really sweet.
It's just a side thing of just working with the community.
Little passion project, right? Like little passion project, giving back a little bit.
Yeah, going and doing assemblies and talking about work
and that kind of thing. Because when you were coming on, I was like, right, there's one guy I know I'm going to message, and it was Andy. And I was like, I said to Andy, I was like, we've got Ruth coming on in a couple of weeks. I was like, I need like gift ideas because for him, we got him when he came on. We did Lego. So like it's when we started this, I was like, oh, well, I'll get a gift for everyone. And then I didn't realise how like as time goes on, I'm like, oh, this is going to get harder and harder because there's like to try and make it clever. Anyway, I messaged Andy. I just got a selfie of you back in front of a massive Percy Pig, and I was like, cheers, mate. I think you must have got it off your Instagram or something, but I just received that. So I'm glad that will go down. I'm glad that will go down well. So you do the Percy Pig project. What was the other thing you just said then? Your careers.
I'm a careers advisor. Enterprise advisor for
Enterprise advisor recruitment. And then what's the role in team?
Engineering and manufacturing divisional director.
Is that a new? That's not a new thing.
I've done it for 11 years. So definitely not new.
I think we covered that.
Did we?
Well, yeah, you said about how you'd been involved with team and.
Yeah, but we didn't. Well, yeah, okay. I touched it briefly, but I was going to go back into it because I feel like we kind of skipped over it. But anyway, because we've been a member for
about a year
now.
Okay,
yeah, so we're catching you up.
Yeah. You've got a way to go. You are the new kids on the block.
It's grown massively though this year.
Yes, it has. Yeah, it really has.
Like Andy said to me the other day, 50, 34, 35. New members this month.
Yes, exactly.
Alone
this month. Wow.
Yeah. Per month. Yeah.
Does it take a lot of time from you?
I don't feel that it does. It's just integrated into what I do. Right. So it doesn't feel onerous.
Right. Okay.
Because it is part, and we do a lot of split work with team members. You? Yeah.
Okay. How much did you say you get from? Because I think that's a big topic with team now at the moment, the exchange.
So we have been so in the time frame that we've been members, I think now we've split 500,000.
Have you really?
Wow.
Jeez. Is that typically you putting the jobs up or you receiving the?
In the early days, it was us receiving, us putting the jobs up, and I know what you're referring to is putting the jobs up onto the portal. Yeah, we don't do that.
Right, you don't?
No.
Okay.
Simon and Andy know we don't do that.
Right, okay. So where do you distribute them then? Do you have a little network of people that you've recruited?
For me, it's exactly what's happened with you. You're getting referrals in from people that work with people who know they're aligned. The team meetings are the biggest thing where I've made all my connections, because you're not going to a networking event in team to think I want to do split business. You're going to a networking event to understand what's happening within the market, because that's, we're updated on that. You'll get insights into what's happening with tech, but then you'll meet people and you'll decide, oh yeah, you work the same as me. Because let's be honest, with 500 members, not everybody's going to get on, and not everybody's aligned.
Of course.
So you find the people that is same as clients. Clients will pick a recruiter, and you'll be aligned with certain people because your values and your behaviours and your culture matches. That's the same within team. So when you go to a networking event or the conference, you will meet people that you think they're aligned to me.
Okay.
Or I can then phone somebody and say, I've got this role. Who would you recommend?
Yeah.
So we don't do the portal.
Okay. Did they give you stick for that then?
No.
Okay,
Simon was brilliant and said to me, and we were at a conference once, and he said, and I looked at him and said, I'm sorry, I'm about to say. And he said, no, Ruth, you find a way that works for you.
Right.
It's there as to support people of who needs that, and that it's like sales, isn't it? Some people respond to the phone, some people respond to WhatsApp, some people respond to text, some people respond to an email. That's the same as team. Team has got lots of channels. All of them can help you. You need to find the one that is going to help you.
Yeah.
So for us and for me, I'm better when I've met somebody.
Okay. Yeah. That makes complete sense, I think. Especially like you say, when we found that when we were running our portal, right? It's hard to figure out when you're putting stuff on there. Say it's a client that you've got a good relationship with. If you connect them to someone through team or whoever, if they do a bad job, that impacts your reputation, right? And your relationship with that client. So you want to make sure you put the best people in front of them, which makes total sense. But I thought the reason I asked if the divisional thing was new is because have they started a new one somewhere then? I'm sure I heard Andy talking about they're doing
there's one west. There's a west. Oh,
there's a new regional.
Right, okay.
The region out of Reading.
Right, okay.
Because we were not covered in, is that classed as home counties?
Don't know.
No, I don't either. But Reading, that area. So they've done a new regional. Have they got a different? Don't know if there's a new division.
I thought, it was
I mean, construction's not been going that long. Jim's taken over construction. So whenever there's a need for a new division, they'll look at it and support it that way.
Yeah.
But no, engineering's been.
I've been
kicking
around for a while. Yeah, because I think it's really good. And I spent a lot of time working on my own before James and Andy came into the business. And there were times I was working out of a shed at the back of my parents' house, and there are times when you're battling it on your own that you're just like, it's so deflating.
It's lonely.
It is lonely, yeah, and it's just so deflating. And I've obviously never been a part of a team, but where we deal with such small businesses and small silos, like I would say the big thing that we hear, one of the big things we hear all the time is just the community. So when I ask people what you get, it's like community is one of the big things, the WhatsApp groups and the feedback, the job share and the discounts. But yeah, I always do think now, if I was back then kind of knew about team, I definitely would have been something that I'd have looked at. We have one other, as well as the gift, we have one other segment on this podcast that I'm going to kind of draw you into. Over here we've got a little, so we have people have started referring to Andy as Lee because they think he looks like Lee Evans.
I think it's the ears.
Okay.
I don't sweat. It's all right.
Okay.
And we've started a little segment where we call it "What's in Lee's lunchbox," and there is a question.
Okay.
To bring Kate O'Neill in, it was Kate that coined the Lee's lunchbox phrase, and we're running with it. And they've actually bought him a lunchbox with Lee Evans' face on it, which we don't have. Goodness. I'll show you a photo of it afterwards.
Okay.
We don't have it yet, but this question comes from Michelle Flynn. So we will ask you afterwards if you can send us a question for the next person. So we have Michelle on, and she's left us that. So fabulous. We will. Also, my handwriting, I wrote it in the car last minute, so please excuse my handwriting.
Open it up, what do we see? It's a weekly question in the lunchbox for Lee.
But we can shoot this.
If you were the lead role in a film about your life, what would the audience be shouting at you to do?
So
it's a tougher question than
that we usually get. So I think what she's asking is like, you know, when you're watching a horror film and you're like, you see them walking into the woods or going, and you're like, don't go and stay
don't
at that.
Go and do
don't
that.
go and do that.
Right.
That is what
that's how I that's still tough though.
Yeah. I thought like, initially
so
my
if your life was a film,
ditch my toxic friends is probably what.
leave him, leave him.
Or the other one I thought about was, I think the audience would be shouting at us just like, hold on, just keep going.
Nice, I like that.
Because we've been
because you can go two ways on this, can't you? Because I mean, I'm sure that most people look at this and think about their personal life, and I'm not sure I want to open that.
Where are you at?
Oh my goodness! Don't do that, Ruth. Ruth, do that. What are you doing? Why are you making that decision? If you
don't cheat on Percy, Ruth.
Don't cheat on Percy.
That's what the audience would be shouting.
They would. I think that's it. That's it. You've given me my answer. Don't cheat on Percy.
There we go.
Yeah, don't cheat on Percy. Hold tight, stay true. Don't cheat on Percy.
Don't cheat on Percy. Love it.
There you go. Thanks very much. There you go. You can have that back. That got me out of jail.
Mate, that's a perfect ending to it. We've been going for an hour, so
wow, okay.
we'll wrap it up. Yeah, it's been. Thank you so much for having
No,
us.
thank you. Thank you.
It has been really, really enjoyable, and I appreciate you coming on. Hope you enjoy your Percy Pigs.
We will. The office will be loving those when I walk back in.
And thank you for bringing in your
with Otto.
Otto as well.
Otto.
Gonna come say goodbye, mate.
Otto. Come on. Show your poppy collar.
You coming in?
Come on.
You've been in and around us, or when you've not been
It's
wanted,
like,
and now you're
yeah,
wanted.
I'm a bit tired now. I'm like, sit down. Sit.
No.
Are you going to look at Percy? Oh, good boy.
Here he
No, it's
is.
been
I'll tell
great.
you what,
Thanks
let's
so
have
much.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure,
Yeah.
and we'll see you at a team meeting. I would assume.
Yes,
And
hopefully.
You going conference next year?
Yes, already booked in.
Amazing.
Yeah, and then we've got our engineering and manufacturing and construction. Of course you will have. He's a black Rottweiler, and you obviously decided to. Did you hug him? Did he stand
I don't
and
think
put?
I had a choice.
Did he stand? Did he stand and
he was
put his
asserting-
paws on your shoulders?
Bit of boxing
I think
match.
he was
Yeah.
asserting his dominance.
Yeah. So we've got the engineering and manufacturing construction in-person event on Tuesday the 25th of November at the Motorcycle Museum
Where's that?
in Birmingham,
Never
just
been.
by
Nice.
By the airport.
Okay.
So,
not far
we have
from the
got
NEC.
skills, lots to talk about skills. So yeah,
Amazing.
you're more than welcome to come and join us.
When is it? 25th.
Tuesday the 25th
Of next
November.
Cool. All right. I'll put it in the diary because I'm rubbish at.
Your boss at recruitment and you're going
Picking up on
alone. You've got your
I'm rubbish
LinkedIn
at
account and your mobile phone.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
come along.
See you on the 25th then.
See you on the 25th.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll call you next
Thank
week.
you, Thank you so much, mate. Really
so
appreciate it.
much time of going to and fro. You got another offer, or salary's too low. Hours of searching and hours of stress. Come on, candidates, just gig it a rest. Come on, candidates, just gig it a rest.